Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kenny and we're glad to see you today, folks. Listen, you can probably tell that by looking in the background, you can tell that you've probably never seen this before, and I'm gonna be as good as my word. I told you a short time ago that we were going to show you the inside of our cabin. All right, we did a previous video of the outside. It's been probably a little over a month ago, so I think today would be an appropriate time to show you the inside. Now, I'm going to tell you my lighting is poor. You may not exactly see the whole picture like you would like to because of poor lighting. But outside it's about 70 degrees and the sun is shining bright. It's a beautiful fall day. Couldn't ask for anything better. But I'm going to give you a tour of this cabin, but I want to tell you up front, this is not a mansion. It's just a log cabin, so don't get your expectations to the ceiling, if you will, in height, because it is primitive to the bone, and that's the way I like it, of course. So I'll give you a little bit of background on this before I start the tour. This cabin was built in 2017, and I've not really put a lot of work into it as far as finishing the inside. Now you're going to see that here in a few minutes, but I've got a lot of plans this winter. I've got to do a lot of work, and I will be showing you as I give you a small tour of this cabin as to what I really have to do. And that's a lot of work. So I want to start out by saying to you, if you like cabins, right now would be a great time for you to give us a big thumbs up right at the beginning of the video, and it'll only take about 10 seconds of your time, maybe less than that. Many of you have maybe thought about subscribing to the channel, but listen, right now would be a great time for you to subscribe to our channel, and you'll be able to see firsthand the videos first, of course, when they come out. And we try to keep a steady stream of videos, and that way we stay on track. So let's get started with this little tour. All right. Now, oh, and by the way, before we get started, I'm doing this by myself. And I say to you guys, welcome to Kenny's cabin. Now, the first thing we want to show you, this is our kitchen table. Now, you can tell that it's not primitive. And the lighting I was talking about, we have a large lantern here that's going to be somewhat helpful. But this is our table and chairs. Now, we want to give you a start. Like over here, you can see my floors. Now, I told you we had work to do, and I've got to decide. Probably I'm thinking about putting the finishing touches on these floors, and I'm thinking about going with laminate. Now, this is our heating stove. Now, I have put this stove in here. It's been in here for a while. Now, of course, we have not built, we are yet to build the first fire in this stove, and you don't need it outside. Like I said, it's about 70 degrees, and the temp last night I think got down to about 50 degrees. So there is no need for anything like a fire right now. But I got to raise this thing up about a foot. I want to get it up off the floor. It is down too low. It's difficult to reach it. I'm a tall guy, and it's kind of hard to get down on the floor to put wood in this thing from time to time. So I'm going to take it up about a foot. And that way it'll be a whole lot more easier on the back. Now, let me go up here and show you this primitive type flue light. This is the flue. Now, this is a flue box, if you will. Many of you might be aware that many years ago, and even centuries ago, they would build, the old timers would build a flue box, and this is built out, I know it's difficult to see, it's built out of concrete. It's hard to see, and I know the lighting is poor, but it's built out of concrete. It's about 20 inches square. So that is my fire, actually my flue box. I'll show you the other side. Now I do apologize for the lighting, but let me go over here and start at the door. I've got my door open. Now this, I told you at the other video that it was a fully glass door, and that it is. I've got it wide open right now. Now you may say, how could you have a cabin in the woods and have a glass door? Don't you have bears and coyotes? And my answer to that is yes. We do have black bears and we have coyotes, and possibly, I don't know for sure, maybe, I know we have bobcats. I don't know if we have any cougars. I'm not for sure about that. But the black bears, they stay away for the most part. We do not have any encounters around here close with them, but they are around. Now I'm showing you the walls, and if this video is too dark for you to grasp, when you watch it, leave us a comment and say, hey Kenny, we want you to get some lighting in that cabin so that we can see it. And listen, that's not a problem with me. Now up here, we would do the video over of course. Now up here, I will show you my window that goes in the western end of this. This is a full window which gives a lot of light. Now I have had a ton of problems with squirrels tearing my styrofoam insulation out of the ceiling. They have been really eager to do that. Now I've got a very steep ceiling. I'm going to show you this now. I believe you're getting a good picture of this. My ceiling, you can see the ceiling up here is made out of logs. A log cabin should have log rafters. And that's what I've got up here. I'm eventually going to put me a large lantern up there, like a chandelier, and hang it down so that it gives tons of light. Now you can see up here, you can probably see some straw-like substance hanging from the ceiling. Back when I first started construction, I had a bird that moved in with me. And I'm talking about that bird just kept right on coming back to the same nest every year. Now you can see this is really laid out with about 3 feet, 3.5 to 4 feet. I'll say 3 feet, and I am 3 feet square, all the way across from end to end. The rafters are made of logs, and they definitely vary in size, but they're about 3 feet apart. Now, I don't know the exact pitch of this roof, although I do know that it's close to, well, I won't maybe take a guess at it, but you get the idea. It is still extremely tall, the ceiling is. So I've got plans to put a lot of effort into creating that ceiling a little bit differently and making it somewhat better. But let's go around this way. Okay, here's the left side of the walls. Now remember, I told you that I cut these logs with a chainsaw mill, and 3 sides are cut and 1 side is not cut, and the one that's not cut is on the outside. Now, here's a door that I did not use. Of course, it's not in my way. Now I'm going to go back through here. This is underneath my loft. You can see the walls. I'm going to go very quickly around. I'm not going to take an hour to do this, just to give you an idea what my inside of my cabin looks like. We'll go over here and we'll go into the corners. All right, and we'll go around up here. Now you can see the floor. There is no furniture in this cabin, folks. I have got to build. I am going to build me some beds on the walls. Now I've got 5 grandsons. My oldest grandson is 22 years old, and there's quite a few under him, of course. Mainly 4, and one's in diapers, and one, well, let's just say there's 4 more under the one that's 22, and the youngest one is in diapers. Okay, now I've got to build beds because these guys are going to eventually want to be a weekender here at this cabin. So I've got to have a bed for them to sleep. I'm going to build probably 2 beds downstairs, and I'm going to build probably 2 that's upstairs. And yes, folks, I want to point out to you as well, here, not only do I've got to build several bunk beds inside my cabin, but I've also got to build a lot of shelves. I need a lot of shelving because I'm going to be stocking those shelves with various food items, and that's important to me. And I didn't want to forget to mention that, because shelving in any room, any building, whether it be log cabin or whatever you have, especially a log cabin, you do want to make sure that you have, and I've got to do that. I've got to make sure that I've got lots of shelves. So I'm going to build those in the future. Hopefully get on them as soon as possible, because I'm going to be utilizing my time as much as possible to get this work done. So this is a beautiful cabin, folks, and I love it, and I'm so proud that I got it done when I did. But listen, if you take your time, you can do anything. And my dad always taught me that if you do something, do it right the first time. Now here is my stairwell, if you will, which is mainly a ladder that's made out of wood. Of course, it's made out of wood, and it's made out of a log. And again, we're emphasizing that this is a cabin that's made out of logs. So let me take you up to the loft. We go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps up the stairwell, or in this case, up the ladder, if you will. Now, my upstairs is really, let's just put it this way, they're not as clean as they should be. But there's a reason for that. We have not got this fully functional just yet. Now up here is the old-timey flue that goes through the ceiling. That's made from the blue box, of course, is made from concrete. But we've got plans on putting fresh flooring down up here. And I'm talking about, we're thinking about putting laminate up here as well. So we are going to make that decision. Now I've got the window open up here, and I can tell you fresh air is coming through. Now I'm going to sit right up here on the top. If I may maneuver myself around a little here. I've got a place up here where I can sit, and I'll be able to show you this entire cathedral ceiling from afar off up here. All right, now you can see that this ceiling is genuinely made from logs, the rafters are. Now, let me show you downstairs from up afar on the ladder. You'll see downstairs, you'll see my feet, you'll see the ladders, you'll see the steps rather, and of course you can see the brightness of the door that's letting in the light. Now I'm going to go back downstairs, back down the ladder, and we will be done. I'm not cutting this video. I'm walking down these stairs while I'm holding on one hand and holding the camera in the other. So I'm back down to my table. And let me tell you, I am proud to be the owner of this cabin. And it's primitive, it's ancient. Let me give you one more circle around from corner to corner, standing here or sitting here at my kitchen table. I'm not a great photographer, so you folks just tolerate me, okay? And I would certainly appreciate that. I gave you a last second tour of these walls. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you the ceiling again, and I'll show you the ladder that goes up to the loft down to the floor. Now, to make a long story short, I have got to do the attic or the loft. I've got to put the floor down up there. And of course, we're talking another video. I am going to put down some laminate up there probably, and also put down some laminate on these floors down here. And of course, so many other things, like I just said, not just the floor, but got to build some beds, both up in the loft and down here. So this is pretty much a tour of my cabin. Now, I am going to take you outside. We're through inside, so let me march you right out the door here, and I'm going to show you just a brief picture of some of our fall color. It's a beautiful sunny day, and let me tell you, I want to give you a snapshot of some of our beautiful fall color. Now, you can see my cabin, of course, is surrounded by beautiful, beautiful trees. And I'm telling you, the scenery, the fall colors are remarkable. I love this time of the year because it's absolutely beautiful. It's a partly sunny day, but I want to show you some more of these colors. Awesome. Beautiful colors. in many cases, a lot of the colors here have already reached their peak. And let me tell you, a lot of the leaves are on the ground. Now I'm going to take you around the back of my cabin here and show you just another spot where the beautiful fall color is absolutely super beautiful. Now I do not have a close-up on this camera, and I will eventually get one that I can focus in and have a good zoom on it, but that's later on. All right. All right, folks, just a little bit to give you a small bird's eye view of these beautiful colors here in the mountains. All right. Now we're going to say we're done. We've given you the inside tour of the cabin and just a brief view of the color on the outside. And we're going to say thank you for viewing our videos. And we hope that you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed bringing it to you. So, as always, you have a wonderful, blessed day. And we will talk to you later.